folks, grab your tea and hold on to your wigs because Hollywood's favorite couple might be done. You know how we've been swooning over Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds for years, right? The banter, the perfect red carpet looks, the dreamy Insta posts. Well, turns out the fairy tale might have been just that. A fairy tale. Word on the street is that Blake Lively was caught cheating. Yep, cheating on Ryan Reynolds. And who's the other man? None other than Justin Baldoni, her co-star on the set of It Ends With Us. Sources say it all went down behind the scenes, and now leaked footage is painting a whole new picture of the America's sweetheart we thought we knew. And trust, this ain't just innocent on-set chemistry. We're talking texts, weird flirty comments, and behavior that's got the whole industry whispering. It's messy, it's scandalous, and it's about to blow up everything. Ryan, completely blindsided. Hollywood, shook. And Blake, she's out here trying to spin it, but baby, the internet never forget. The footage is real, the drama is sizzling, and the timeline is wild. This isn't just some tabloid fluff. It's a full-blown celebrity meltdown. So stay tuned, because what's coming next? Oh, honey, it's even juicier. All right, y'all, now that the bomb has dropped, let's rewind and break down how it all really went down. So picture this. Blake Lively, Hollywood royalty, walks on set looking flawless as ever, and boom, she sets her sights on Justin Baldoni. Charming, married, off-limits just. But that didn't stop her. No. Behind the scenes, sources say Blake was getting real cozy. Flirty comments on Justin's workout videos, pushing for steamy scenes, even brushing off the intimacy coordinator like she didn't need. Girl was making moves like she was on a mission. But here's the plot twist. Justin wasn't playing. He's happily married and wasn't about to become Blake's next tabloid conquest. And when he politely rejected her advances, oh honey, that's when Blake flipped the script. She didn't just walk away. No, she went full-on petty. Allegedly, she started acting cold on set, causing tension, and then, boom, she filed a complaint saying he made her uncomfortable. Like, what? Sis, weren't you the one chasing him around like a fangirl? This wasn't seduction. This was manipulation. And when Justin didn't fall for it, Blake turned the rejection into revenge. She thought she could control the narrative, but guess what? The receipts are coming in, and they're not looking cute for her. So after Justin dared to reject Blake, she didn't just lick her wounds and move on. She went nuclear out of nowhere. Boom. Blake files an official harassment complaint. And suddenly, the headlines were screaming, Blake Lively, targeted on set by co-star Justin Baldoni. But baby, the real tea, she was the one writing those scenes, literally. Insiders say Blake had been pushing for more intimate scenes, requesting retakes, and even making suggestive jokes during film. But now, she flips it, says she felt unsafe. Girl, what? And just when we thought she couldn't get more desperate, Blake allegedly drops a voicemail from Justin apologized, but tech experts tore it apart. The audio was choppy, the metadata was shady, and guess what? The whole thing reeked of a deep fake setup. You mean to tell us she faked evidence? And Ryan? Poor guy. He went full knight in shining armor mode, trashing Justin's name all over Hollywood, thinking he was defending his wife. But behind closed doors, Blake was plotting, playing victim while actually being the villain. Hollywood's sweetheart? Nah, more like the queen of deception. Blake tried to weaponize the Me Too movement as revenge, and now the cracks are showing. Hard. What started as a simple rejection turned into a full-blown lawsuit, and Blake's lies are starting to unravel faster than her PR team can patch them up. So here's where Blake truly lost the plot. People started questioning her claims, and instead of backing down, she went full Hollywood villain. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a voicemail leaks. Justin Baldoni supposedly apologizing for inappropriate behavior. But guess what? Audio experts weren't buying. The pitch was off, the cadence was weird, and the metadata completely mismatched. Turns out Blake may have cooked up a deepfake. Yes, she faked a voice recording to destroy a man's life. Let that sink in. Justin's team called it out instantly, and Hollywood started whispering, if she faked this, what else is fake? The narrative Blake had been spinning began to fall apart. That perfect princess image, cracking. And poor Ryan, still clueless, still backing her up, still thinking his wife was being brave. But behind his back, she was manipulating everything. She wasn't just lying, she was crafting a Hollywood horror story with herself as the heroine. But honey, the receipts don't lie. The audio was chopped, the intention was clear, and the manipulation was next level. Now Blake wasn't just in trouble for lying. She was being looked at for fraud. The empire she built on charm and lies? Shaking. And it's only getting worse. Justin fights back. Blake thought Justin would just disappear. But oh no, he came back swinging. The moment she tried to cancel him, he showed up with receipts, literal receipts, behind the scenes footage, leaked texts, time-stamped videos, all proving she was the one who crossed the line. She claimed he made creepy comments. The footage shows her talking about her spray tan and Justin trying to make her feel better. She accused him of pushing steamy scenes. Turns out Blake wrote those scenes herself and kept asking for more takes. And that intimacy coordinator she refused to work with? Yeah, that's in the emails too. Blake didn't want anyone killing the vibe. Her words, not ours. Justin had enough. He filed a defamation countersuit and brought the receipts to court. And suddenly, Hollywood paused. The guy who was almost blacklisted was now looking like the victim, the one who stood his ground while being dragged through the mud. And Ryan, he's starting to look more like a puppet than a partner. Blake pulled the strings and Ryan played his part. But now, Justin is cutting the whole act wide open. This wasn't just a scandal. It was a takedown attempt, and Justin wasn't having it. Ryan's realization, this is where it gets painful. Ryan Reynolds finally starts to wake up. For months, he thought he was defending his wife from a predator. But when Justin dropped those behind-the-scenes clips, those flirty texts, and the metadata from that fake voicemail, Ryan started putting the pieces together. Turns out, while he was trashing Justin's name all over town, Blake was calling him the real problem behind his back. Sources say she even referred to Ryan as an obstacle in private messages, like he was some inconvenient husband she had to work around. The worst part? Blake allegedly orchestrated a penthouse meeting with Taylor Swift and Ryan, just to pressure Justin into playing along with her rewritten narrative. She used Ryan as a pawn, her own husband. And when the truth hit him, Ryan snapped. That look of betrayal, insiders say it was brutal. Blake didn't just lie to the public. She lied to the man who believed in her more than anyone else. Hollywood's golden couple crumbling, Blake's game exposed, and Ryan finally realizing that maybe, just maybe, the real villain wasn't Justin. It was Blake all along. The New York Times bombshell. Then came the journalistic nuke, the New York Times hit piece. It was supposed to be the final nail in Justin's coffin. An expose making him out to be the predator Blake claimed he was. But the twist, that article was being prepped before any accusations even went public. Yeah, you heard that right. The New York Times was already crafting Blake's version of the story before she even filed the complaint. And guess who they were in contact with? Sources now say Blake's PR team and maybe even Ryan's agency had ties to the reporter. This wasn't a response to abuse. It was a calculated setup. Justin's team called them out, and now they're suing the Times for defamation. They're accusing the paper of participating in a character assassination plot, all based on fake evidence and manipulated narratives. And Blake? She spiraled. That sweet, empowered image she curated, falling apart. Hollywood insiders are distancing themselves. Directors are backing off, and sponsors, silent. Ryan's agency, WME, is also under fire. Did they drop Justin because of actual concern? Or because Ryan pulled the strings? That's what everyone's asking now. One thing's clear, this wasn't just a personal drama. It was a premeditated media war. And now it's blowing up in their faces. Once Hollywood smells blood, it doesn't wait to pick sides. It switches sides fast. The same A-listers who once cheered for Blake and Ryan, suddenly silent. Directors began quietly removing her from shortlists, award campaigns, frozen, and Netflix, rumored to be reassessing their upcoming deal with Blake. It wasn't just bad PR, it was reputation bankruptcy. Her feminist icon image shattered, now replaced with whispers of manipulator and mastermind. Justin, on the other hand, was getting calls. Big ones. From producers who had once ghosted him, now desperate to work with the wrongfully accused hero. Even Taylor Swift, yes, Blake's ride or die, unfollowed Justin, and then suddenly went dark on the whole situation. No support, no statement, just distance. The squad, cracking, and Ryan caught in the middle. He tried damage control, attending charity events, smiling for paparazzi, but the mask was slipping. People were no longer seeing funny Ryan. They were seeing a man who enabled a lie, knowingly or not. One studio exec said, Blake played the long game. But for God, Hollywood only loves you when the camera's rolling. When it cuts, you're replaceable. And just like that, Hollywood's power couple became Hollywood's biggest cautionary tale. Divorce papers and deals then, boom. TMZ leaks it first. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are divorcing, and no, it's not amicable. Sources say Blake tried to keep the split under wraps until after damage control, but Ryan wasn't having. He lawyered up fast. Insiders say he's furious, not just over the lies, but because she dragged him into it. Blake's entire empire, her image, her endorsements, her clout, relied on Ryan standing beside, and once he stepped away, the castle crumbled. But here's the kicker. Blake had already signed multiple brand deals based on their image as a Hollywood power couple. Now those deals, in breach, Lawsuits are already being whispered about. Contracts tied to family values, joint appearances, couple endorsements, all potentially gone. Ryan's PR team is scrubbing everything. Photos, tweets, old interviews. It's like he wants to erase the last decade, and honestly, who could blame him? As for Blake, she's trying to spin the story, saying she's focusing on healing and prioritizing her children. But the public isn't buying it. Not after everything. This wasn't just a divorce. It was a collapse of a brand, of a narrative, of a lie, packaged in pretty dresses and Instagram filters. And the damage? Irreversible. Aftermath and legacy. Now, with the storm finally dying down, the wreckage is all that remains. Blake Lively? Practically in hiding. Publicists have gone quiet. Her once bustling social feeds frozen in time. The woman once hailed as Hollywood's golden girl is now a symbol of everything wrong with curated celebrity culture, performative activism, weaponized feminism, and designer lies. Ryan Reynolds is rebuilding. Solo interviews, apologetic statements, a rebrand as the misled husband, and Hollywood's eating it up. He's back on sets trying to smile, but insiders say he's deeply changed. No more jokes, no more Instagram antics, just silence and work. Justin Baldoni, though, he's thriving. New film deals, TED Talk, a memoir in the works titled Framed: The Price of Truth. He went from pariah to phoenix, all because he refused to be silent. But the deeper damage, it's in the trust. The audience no longer believes what they see. Every happy couple post, every red carpet kiss, every supportive tweet, it all feels fake now. Blake didn't just ruin her career, she broke the illusion. And in a town built on image, that's the deadliest sin.